Hello Libra, how are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are back, it's nice to have you here again, and if you are new, welcome. I hope you decide to become a part of the community. If the energy fits, if you like my energy, of course. I am High Priestess Elif, spiritual healer, spiritual life coach, no tool medium. I am born gifted, so I'm an intuitive reader. I'm channeling throughout my message. Everything that I say to you is me channeling. Spirit gives me impressions, show me energy, gives me messages, and it's my job to interpret it in a way that you are going to understand and that is going to make sense to you. So I'm doing the zodiac reading for Libra for the month of July. We're looking at what's in store for you in love with your twin flame. I'm focusing my zodiac readings on my twin flame collective because we are in the age of Aquarius and everything that's going on with the energies at the moment. This is the time for what we refer to as union. Okay, so we're wanting to help the twin flames on their journey. It is a spiritual journey. It is not a romantic story. There is a difference. This is a spiritual journey. It's about your spiritual, your enlightenment. It's about consciousness. It's about your soul. So it is in essence a journey about your soul, not about another person. Okay, the 3D person is a different body, a different mind, but you are one soul. And sometimes we have a tendency, not sometimes, always, especially in the beginning, you have a tendency to obsess and focus too much on what the other person's doing, and this only pushes them away. There are reasons for this. It's scientific. Okay? What you want to do is you want to allow yourself to fully embrace your spiritual awakening, because this is key. The more you go within, the more you attract your twin flame into your life in the 3D, because you go into harmony, alignment, and balance within yourself. Okay, so Libra, I always ask that you take a few deep breaths, settle into your intuition, ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading, to help you to know and to recognize if it is your message or not. If you are not on a spiritual journey, if you are not going through an awakening, if you have not gone through the dark night of the soul, then you are probably not on a twin flame journey. It's probably a soulmate, because you feel a very strong connection. This is then most likely not your reading. Okay. But do rely on your guides and keepers, and if you still feel, if your guides still guide you and you feel drawn to this reading, then do listen to it, because perhaps there is something that your guides want you to hear and receive here. Okay, you've entered a sacred space. The archangels in the north, south, east and west have their sacred flames burning. I always open a channel for my meditations before I begin to channel a remote healing to my subscribers. So Gemini, I am doing that for you as well. If you've taken the time to like, to comment, or to subscribe, thank you so much. I appreciate your support, and it makes it possible for other people who need to receive these messages to receive them. So please don't forget to do so. As I've said, if you do subscribe, you also receive, open yourself up to remote healing, channeled healing from me to you in the areas of love, your relationship with yourself, for breakthroughs and release of blockage. Okay. Now, how I'm going to do this is the way that I've done it previously, where I look at what's happening in your energies and in the 3D with the masculine, the divine masculine, and then I look at what's happening with the divine feminine. I'm not referring to your genitalia, whether you're a male or female. It is the energy that you embody in the connection. In order for us to incarnate here on this earth plane, because it is the nature of this reality is polarity. There is duality. Okay? There is a positive and a negative always. And so in order for us to incarnate here, we had to have these two bodies and minds, one with the positive polarity and one with the negative. So the divine feminine is what we refer to, but what actually it is the positive polarity, and that is you. Because if you are here searching for answers, You are the divine feminine. Divine masculine doesn't do that. The divine masculine experiences the awakening very differently. It's more an energy thing. They just feel inspired. They just feel it makes sense. They don't even know why. But we experience the awakening on a conscious level. Okay? So that's what we are looking at. Thank you, Spirit. Giving thanks to my guides and keepers, spirits of air, fire, water, and earth, for helping me in this reading, for bringing me these messages for this collective, for this Libra collective, to help them to know and to understand what is happening in their dynamic, what it is they should know. Thank you so much for helping me do what I do. Now, the divine masculine, what Spirit shows me for the Libras is that this divine masculine of yours has found themselves aligning with who they really are. You have what you refer to and identify with, and you call it I. That is your thinking mind. I think, I believe, I understand. That's your thinking mind. That is part of your ego. And then there is the one that watches the thinker. So you see yourself sometimes thinking and doing certain things, and you observe yourself. Now, who is the thinker? That is self. That is your soul. That is your consciousness. So the divine masculine equates all of these. They find themselves sort of automatically over the past period aligning with their self, their source, finding themselves feeling the fullness of love, the fullness of the universe, feeling themselves on a soul level, experiencing bliss and joy again. Automatically, they just find themselves bumping into alignment. That happens because you, as the positive polarity, the divine feminine, you are going inward more, taking your focus away from them. Taking your focus away from what's happening outside of you, knowing and understanding it is only about what is happening here. That's the only thing that matters. And you doing that more and more, and that's why your divine masculine is experiencing these awakenings and this alignment. And logically, they're just telling themselves, it must be the full moon, it must be... it's just energy shifting. The energy shifting, they don't know why. They are not going through the awakening on a conscious level the way you are. Spirit is showing me that for many of the divine masculines, they've moved out from what they've considered to be home, or something drastic change has taken place there. It is no more. And they are in the energy of knowing and understanding that they feel it's intuition, but they are just being inspired to make this move, to do that, to take this action. They just feel like it's going to be right. They have no evidence of it that's going to be right. They don't know that it's going to be right, but they know. You know? For the divine feminine has spent a lot of time journaling, reading, collecting information, receiving information from source, spirit, being guided. The divine feminine has been communicating a very, very conscious, some not so conscious, writing letters to, communicating telepathically to the masculine. And this doesn't always work, because when you send energy out to them, then it pushes them away more than anything. But what has happened here is that in the process of doing these things, the divine feminine has gone deeper into herself, had deeper realizations about certain things, and there is a balance of so much and an understanding for a lot of you divine feminines that this is actually an inside job. It's about your soul. It's about what's happening internally. It's about obtaining inner balance and harmony. There is a rootedness, there is a stability, there is a knowing that is infinite, and that certain things just are, and they do not change. This has brought you to such depth of love in this connection, in yourself, in your experience, because you are love. Your soul is love. Your soul is love, and your soul is your twin flame soul. This has awoken so much love here. And now there is a zooming in, a moving towards, a taking a closer look at. And just finding this gravitating towards this positivity, which is knowing from your divine masculine, feeling pulled towards you at times, feeling inclined, inspired to take action. And you feeling inspired to just go more within yourself, because there is this understanding and this knowing that I meet my flame here because this is his soul. This is his soul, you know, or her soul. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Changes have been taking place on the masculine side. Inclination to feel more lucky, to feel like things are moving in the right direction, to feel more inspired. The work has been done by the feminine. This looks like a good read to me, Libras. Let's see what Spirit says. There we go. Now, the energy at the base of this connection is the Empress. The Empress is intuition, knowing who you are on a soul level, and the ability to comfortably bring that into your 3D reality. Not being willing, not finding yourself being triggered by what's happening outside of you, because you know who you are, you know what you want, you know what you are creating, and you know how to create. That's the law of attraction. And what has happened here is that this is awakening or reigniting a passion to take action in this dynamic. There was the feeling of being left out in the cold, and this really made both of you feel as though you needed to move, whatever that meant. It didn't really matter, but there was this pull inside. Which direction do I move into? And the nice thing about that is that movement is inevitable because it is divinely guided. So when you're being pulled in this direction and that, and you don't know which way to go, then automatically you go down inwards. That's what's happened here. There is an opportunity here for, I'm seeing that there is a moving towards being completely single in order to move towards what you want, which is what I've seen is happening in the divine masculine's life, because as I said, home completely changed. It no more exists. It's not what it was. This is a powerful power couple connection. What this means is that what is at the base of your connection is that stability, is security, is that knowing, is home and hearth, the foundation upon which you can build anything in your relationship. It is stable, and that is the basis of this, and the both of you desire the same thing. The divine masculine is feeling a little bit dissatisfied with what they've invested in, where they've made the investments, and that is really also what has been part of their journey and leading them to where they are now, realizing that the mind thinks and the ego thinks, if I just If I just make a hell of a lot of effort, I'm going to get what I want out of the situation. And the soul knows better. And then you do that and you do that and you think, I want this person to see and understand that my intentions are good, so I'm going to keep working here, I'm going to keep doing this. And eventually they will see and understand that it's not about them, and it's just that, and then they'll be more inclined to respond the way that I want, and that maybe leads me to where I want. And it doesn't work that way, because they have their own agenda and you are left feeling dissatisfied. The outcome here is coming into going through the process at the moment of the feminine awakening, understanding that you already are enough. It is enough. There's nothing that needs to be fixed and rearranged and done except your perspective. Go where you are true and real, which is your soul. That awakens it releases the fear, because you are in love, the energy of love all the time. And so you are able to be stable, grounded, secure, nurturing, that solid foundation, that fertile soil. This takes place in you, and so it takes place as well in your divine masculine, because you are one. The energies align according to what's happening on a soul level, and the outcome is this offer of stability and this desire automatically to want to take care of you, because you are me. And so we have in the outcomes the King and Queen of Coins. That is such a beautiful, beautiful connection. Having that well-being and abundance and stability, and that taking care of one another in the 3D, because the basis is solid on a soul level, and the energy is therefore shifted in the 5D and comes into place in the 3D. This is also knowing and understanding that this dynamic looks different. This is not like that romantic movie. It is not about how it looks to the rest of the world. It is just about your knowing. It is not about the ego coming into understanding it. It is about your knowing. Spirit says that it is important for you to know, for you to come into awareness that displacement and projection helps you to decrease accountability. And this is what you have a tendency to do. Your ego does it. So when you feel pain and discomfort, lonely, sadness, that is because your mind, your focus goes against what your soul knows and believes, what is true. It causes that pain. That is your indication. But what your mind, your ego is then inclined to do is to displace that discomfort, because it is actually you not being in alignment with yourself, your soul self, your true self, and being more in your ego. And then instead of acknowledging that, you displace those negative emotions onto your person, and you make it about them, and you blame them, and then it just does that push and pull thing. I'm pushing towards you, but you're pulling away. I'm pushing towards you, but you're pulling away, because there's no balance. There is, for some of you, still the feeling of being stuck. Some of you that are watching this reading, really based on the energies that I'm picking up, if it is, it's not really that strong. But Spirit wants you to bring your attention to it. That is not because the connection makes you feel stuck. You can't feel stuck. It is your soul. But those are your own, that's your own pain body. Those are your own insecurities and self-esteem issues that you still allow yourself to focus on too much, even though on a soul level you know that you are enough and that what is absolutely is. If you are not sure, if you are on a twin flame journey, you are welcome to contact me for personal reading and also for coaching to give you guidance. You be specific in the email that you send me. My email is in the description box below. That is what you're wanting to establish, and I will customize the reading and the coaching session for you. I'll make them a combination Also, there's a lot of amazing content on YouTube. There's also a lot of crap, so it really misguides us. But we've got to inform one another of the gems. There is an excellent twin flame coach on YouTube. He's got a playlist, a lot of interesting content. Go and watch those. The channel is New World All Star. His name is Kurt. Amazing stuff. Go and watch Abraham Hicks about the law of attraction and how you want to focus your energy when you're wanting to attract your person into your life. It's very different to what we think it is, really, because the thinking mind is the thinking mind. It functions in the ego, but the soul is different. This is a spiritual awakening, guys. If you haven't read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, go and read it. If you read it a few years ago, read it again. Now that you're on this journey, you're going to experience it differently. The Celestine Prophecy. Find the spiritual awakening content on the internet. You are going through a spiritual awakening. Lots of love and light to you. If you are interested in a personal reading, as I said, my email is in the description box below. You are so loved. You are enough, and you are incredibly powerful. And you deserve all the guidance and assistance, and it's not meant to be difficult. The suffering you are experiencing is because you are still learning, but it doesn't last forever. Take care of yourselves, and love and light to you. I will see you next time. Bye now.